We back. We here. Thursday night recap. It's about time. That game, I really have to be honest. I started getting worried in the second half. No, I started getting worried in the second quarter. I just didn't think we was going to come on top and win this game. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a person who played football. I have a lot of experience in football. I coach football. I've watched a lot of football. But I refused to think that the Chargers was going to play all four quarters because of how we usually play. And I know that it takes all four quarters. I know that, if a team is playing really bad in the first half or in the first quarter, the second quarter, usually you'll be like, hey, the game ain't over yet. The game isn't over yet. All four quarters. History has taught me to not do that with the Chargers. And I am so happy that the Chargers had, for once, or at least from my recent memory, that they finished the game. They played all four quarters. Most of all, they played really tight towards the end of the fourth quarter. And that's not something that us Chargers fans is usually used to seeing. And I am extremely happy and extremely excited. I think that this is the biggest game of Justin Herbert's career. I think this is the biggest game of the Chargers' entire organization in recent memory, in my opinion, because this was a big game, and this was a game that we had to win. And we swept the Denver Broncos. We have pretty much punched our ticket to the playoffs. All we need is one more win, and we really have two more teams to beat. That's towards the end of the year that are very easy gimme wins, the Patriots and the Raiders. And we pretty much can get to 11 wins, 12 wins this year. That's a huge jump from last year. And really, there were some games this year that we should have won. Jim Harbaugh has done an excellent job for the Los Angeles Chargers. To be honest with you, outside of the Ravens and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we should maybe the Chiefs. The last time we played the Chiefs, they did have our number a little bit, but I'm gonna say, like, I'll still give the two Chiefs those two wins. I'll say the two losses that we had to the Chiefs and the loss to the Cardinals. In the loss to the Pittsburgh beat us fair and square. So I'll say those three games. The Cardinals, I just lost my train of thought. The Cardinals, the West. I guess that's the only team that I would say that we should have won. Was the Cardinals, because I can't really think of the other teams. I know there were some other teams that we lost to, because Pittsburgh, they beat us kind of fair and square. The Chiefs, they beat us twice fair and square, and then the Ravens, the Bucks. So yeah, outside of the Cardinals, so that's the only game that we really should have won. If it wasn't for Jalen Reagor like freaking fumbling the ball, we would have won that game. And really, I mean, Justin Herbert, he did miss the wide open throw to Joshua Palmer last time we played the Chiefs. So that happens, but really, that fumble, if Jalen Reagor never would have fumbled the ball, we would have scored. We would have won the game. So I mean, there were some games. What I'm basically trying to say is that there were some games that the Chargers has lost this year that if they did not give the game away, if they would have had their crap together, they would have won those games. And there's two games that I can really think of that if that's the case. And so that's like 13, 14 game, like what we haven't beat the Raiders and the Patriots yet, but we will. I'm pretty often that we will, because we are winning the games that we are supposed to win this year, and Chargers do not do that. They don't win games that they're supposed to win. And so Jim Harbaugh, he checkmarked that. And now Jim Harbaugh is working on the Chargers finishing games. And and that's awesome. And he's already checkmarked the Chargers, and he's working on the Chargers to not be finding ways to lose games. Jim Harbaugh is getting us tight. He's getting us ready. He's getting us together. We are improving. We're getting better. Outside of that Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, we are getting much better, and I'm very happy to see where the Chargers are going. But it was still against a rookie quarterback. It still was against that, but it was against a really great defense. And I'm very happy that Justin Herbert was able to come on top against a very great defense in the Denver Broncos. This is a defense that's known to really bulldoze or manhandle other quarterbacks, other offenses. And the Broncos, Justin Herbert came on top. He put the game in his hands, and he came on top, and he had us. He won this game for us. He really did. That interception that Justin Herbert threw to Joshua Palmer, that was a bummer. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? Now, not only are the Chargers playing bad, but Justin Herbert is playing bad. And after that interception, Justin Herbert came out there and he played very well. He played a great game. He nearly threw for 300 yards. Justin Herbert threw for 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he had an interception. He did a phenomenal. This was probably, outside of that interception, his best game of this season, and he would have had 3 touchdowns and over 300 yards if he never would have thrown that pick. So he had a really great game against a very stout pass defense, and arguably two of the best cornerback tandem in the entire NFL. Pat Surtain and I forgot the guy's name. I forget the other cornerback's name, but he's a really great corner. And so this is great news. This is exciting. The Jim Harbaugh, the effect is starting to kick in, and I am looking toward to seeing how we are going to prevail in the playoffs. If we can at least get a playoff win, that is going to be monumental. Huge step from last year. Jim Harbaugh should be coach of the year, man. I'll say Jim Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, or what's the other guy? Sean Payton. Between those 3, I would say coach of the year. Phenomenal job between those 3. So the Los Angeles offensive playmakers, they also combined for 117 rushing yards. And Justin Herbert, he had 28. I think Justin Herbert, I thought he had more than that. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. And we had 2 rushing touchdowns by Gus Edwards. The Chargers were able to create chaos in their pass rush, particularly in the second half, and kept Broncos quarterback Bo Nix out of rhythm. After the Broncos, they came out hot. They came out very hot, and Bo Nix was playing pretty well. He was connecting on some throws, and their running offense was starting to kick in. But after the second half, the Chargers came out and they put a stop to that. The Buccaneers, they're not Buccaneers. The Broncos, I don't think the Broncos scored for 2 halves. 2 quarters, 2 whole quarters in the second half. So it was really good what they did. The adjustment that they did, the halftime adjustment. Los Angeles accomplished something no team had since 1976. Scored 3 points on a fair catch kick. It was the first time any team had attempted such a play since 2019, and kicker Cameron Dicker's 57-yarder was the longest successful attempt in NFL history. Wow. Yeah, I was actually trying to explain this to a fan, and that was everybody was so confused what happened on that play, and I mean, I think that was so clutch, and that's what I'm talking about. The stuff that Jim Harbaugh is having his players doing, his effect is pushing through the special teams, to the hands team, through the defense, the offense, everybody. Jim Harbaugh he is pushing this effect on everybody. The culture is changing. It already has changing, but it's taking a lot to get out of what we have been. So it has already changed, but it has not been the full Harbaugh effect yet. The Chargers now hold the head-to-head tiebreaker over the Broncos with their second win over Denver this season. The win also boosted Los Angeles playoff odds to 97%, according to NFL.com. All we need is one more win. All we need is one more win. Like I said, we get one more win, we're in. And we have 2 easy wins. We have 2 easy teams that we can play, the Raiders and the Patriots. And we're in. We're good. We're solid. And then now we have to do something that Justin Herbert has never done. That this Chargers team has never done. Win a playoff game. And Jim Harbaugh winning at least one playoff game his first year in the NFL after coming off a college football championship. That is astronomical. That is monumental, man. That really is. For the Broncos, the loss slightly hurt their playoff chances. However, they still remain on the right side of the playoff bubble and have an 85% chance to make the postseason. So the Broncos can still get in. The Broncos, I think they're going to have to win out for them to get in. So let's see here. Nick Neiman, a member of the Los Angeles Hands team, was able to hold onto the high bouncing kick by his fingertips. The Chargers take over possession with 57 seconds left and will try to kneel out the clock. The Chargers, they won 34-27. I said the Chargers was going to win 20. I think I said they was going to win 24-22. So I was a little off on the score, which I'm happy because we scored more than what I thought we was going to score. The Denver Broncos, they scored a little bit more than what I thought they was going to score too. Hassan Haskins, he scores on a long catch and run. Just 2 plays after Gus Edwards' explosive 43-yard play put the Chargers in Denver territory. Hassan Haskins broke away on a 34-yard catch and run off of a screen pass, which was beautiful by Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert put this game in his hands, man. And it's awesome to see our backup running backs starting to break free and starting to really, the running game starting to kick in without J.K. Dobbins. It is inspiring to see it now, because now it's like our team was lacking explosiveness when J.K. Dobbins went down. It was really lacking explosiveness when he was even in. He was only a really explosive player on the run in the backfield, and really on the entire offense outside of Lat McConkey. And so now that J.K. Dobbins is out, and now our running team is starting to kick in. Kamani, he's starting to break free through some runs. Gus Edwards, he's starting to kick in now. And then Hassan, he's starting to be clutch. And then it's only going to do even better when J.K. comes in. It's only going to be even better. So this is phenomenal, man. The Chargers, the score gave Los Angeles its first 2-score lead of the night. The Chargers, who once trailed by 11 points in the third quarter, they now lead to 34-24. They now was leading 34-24. So this is awesome. So I am, and then we had a big what is it? 2-point conversion. Also, after the Darius Davis catch that put us up to 27 points, and then Joshua Palmer, he had a one-handed snag in the back of the end zone for a 2-point conversion. We did convert for an earlier 2-point conversion earlier in the game. Justin Herbert tried to run it in, but they stopped us. Justin Herbert almost got it in. Justin Herbert he's looking clutch on those 2-point conversions. I wish he would have got it in on that one. We did leave some points on the board, but we'll get better. So I'm happy, man. This was a really good team. This was a really good game. We came out in the second quarter and we came out firing. And that's what matters, man. Finishing games. And the Chargers did just that. And I can't say enough how happy I am, how proud I am, because I really thought we was going to lose this game. I really did. I decided to take my faith out of the team. I was kind of sort of starting to look towards the next year. But we won solid. There are some things we need to clean up. Our defense needs to clean some things up, but I believe Jim Harbaugh is going to get that together. I have faith in Jim Harbaugh. I never stop having faith in Jim Harbaugh. I never will stop having faith in Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh we trust, man. Go tough. And I'll be back very soon. I thank you guys all so much for watching, and all day.